Today in this class, we will discuss about the magnetostriction. This is a property of material in which if you apply a magnetic field across a magnetic material, then it experiences an alteration in the shape or size or length or dimension. So it is defined as when a magnetic field is given to a magnetic material, it experiences an alteration in shape or size or length or dimension. This property of some magnetic material is known as magnetostriction. So what is magnetostriction? If you apply a magnetic field to a magnetic material, it experiences an alteration, that is a change in shape or size or length or dimension. So if it happens in the magnetic material, then this property of some magnetic materials is known as magnetostriction. Now this change of dimension of magnetic materials during magnetization may continue till the magnetic saturation of material is attained. So ferromagnetic materials and ferrimagnetic materials exhibit this effect. We have learnt about the various types of magnetic material. So this effect of magnetostriction is very common and possesses a property in case of ferromagnetic material and ferrimagnetic material. So there are various types of magnetic material in which magnetostriction affects the ferromagnetic material and ferrimagnetic material. Here it has been shown with the help of diagram that this is a length of bar of magnetic material, and if H is applied in this direction, then initially the original length was this one. Now magnetostriction property says that there may be alteration in the shape, length, volume or its any other dimension. So here alteration takes place in the length side. That's why after applying a magnetic field, this L is increased to L plus delta L. So this much change is presented in the length of bar, that is L. So what is the mechanism behind it? That is shown here, that this is a material and these are the dipole moments which are randomly located inside this magnetic material. Now if you apply a magnetic field to this material, then the alignment of this dipole moment takes place and the shape of this magnetic material changes. So it is clearly visible here that when these magnetic moments align in one direction, then the shape or the length of this magnetic material is changed. So that is called the magnetostriction effect. Now if you compare the iron and nickel, if you apply a magnetic field H, and this lambda is called the coefficient of magnetostriction, then plus indicates that there is a expansion of the material and minus indicates the contraction of the material. So nickel shows more contraction compared to the iron when you apply a magnetic field H. That is an example of the magnetostriction. Now we'll define what is a Curie temperature. There was a scientist known as Curie, and he has developed some law, so that has been named as a Curie temperature. So according to the Curie temperature, The Curie point, also called the Curie temperature, that is the temperature at which certain magnetic materials undergo a sharp change in their magnetic properties. In the case of rocks and minerals, the remnant magnetism appears below the Curie point, that is about 570 degrees centigrade or 1060 degree Fahrenheit for the common magnetic mineral magnetite. So what indicates that this is a property that below the Curie temperature that magnetic material behaves as a magnetic properties, and above certain Curie temperature that property loss. So that is the point which transition takes place, that is called the Curie temperature. Now we'll discuss about the magnetic properties of material, like semiconductor properties of material, mechanical properties of material, electrical properties of material. We have discussed all those things in previous classes. So today we will discuss the magnetic properties of materials. First property is known as intensity of magnetization I. So this is defined as the net dipole moment per unit volume is defined as the magnetization or intensity of magnetization. So this is defined as the electrons circulating around the nucleus having the magnetic moment, and when the material is not magnetized, the magnetic dipole moments sum up to zero. But when the material is kept in an external magnetic field, the magnetic moments are aligned in a particular direction and the material gets a net non-zero dipole moment. So, the net dipole moment per unit volume is defined as the magnetization or intensity of magnetization. As we have discussed in case of polarization, that if you apply a magnetic field, then all dipole moments aligned in direction of the magnetic field, and we see that material has been polarized or the dielectric material has been polarized. So here we define the intensity of magnetization, that the net dipole moment per unit volume is defined as the magnetization or intensity of magnetization. The second property is magnetic field H or magnetic intensity. So the magnetic field produced only by electric current flowing in a solenoid is called the magnetic intensity. It is the external magnetic field that induces a magnetic property in a material. So that is called the magnetic field H or magnetic intensity. Now, what is magnetic susceptibility? Already we have discussed, but here also we can define that when a material is placed in an external magnetic field, the material gets magnetized. For a small magnetizing field, the intensity of magnetization I acquired by material is directly proportional to the magnetic field. So we can see that I is proportional to the H, or I equals to zeta mH, where zeta m is the susceptibility of the material. Now we will define the retentivity and coercivity. These are also the properties of magnetic material. So already we have discussed when we are studying the hysteresis loop of the magnetic material, that there are 2 points which is which are obtained in tracing the hysteresis loop. So the vertical axis where the magnetic hysteresis loop cuts the vertical axis, when the magnetizing force is 0, so still there is some magnetic field intensity left behind the circuit. So from origin to that point we call the retentivity. And if we apply a magnetizing force in negative direction until the magnetizing effect becomes a zero, or magnetic flux density becomes zero, so that force in negative direction is called the coercive force, or the property is known as the coercivity. So what is retentivity? The ability of material to retain or resist magnetization is called the retentivity. And what is the coercivity? The coercivity of a material is the ability to withstand the external magnetic field without becoming a demagnetized. So these are the various properties of magnetic material. So this is overall about today's lecture.